round-faced, kind of insignificant-looking people. But so the potential of that was great. So we said, well, here was our idea for this monument, that we would, assuming, I mean, we was a little bit science fiction-y, do we have the technology, do the computer power stuff? But the idea was tourists would come to this Florida site, and actually we proposed a site. It was a sinkhole in Gainesville, just outside Gainesville, Florida, the Devil's Millhopper sinkhole. We proposed this sinkhole, and this would be the site. And what would happen was every evening was sort of the idea was, and the sinkhole is like 120 feet wide. No, it's 500 feet wide and 125 feet deep. And the idea was that every evening, and we can imagine tourists, lining up to see this. The projection would start, and this 60-foot high, same height as Mount Rushmore, 60-foot high, but a composite head would emerge up out of the sinkhole, and it would be a holographic projection. And what we would do, meanwhile, is all during the tourist visits, is people would fill out my historical questionnaires. And basically to determine, what we try to determine from these questionnaires, or we'd have a formula in the computer, this information would be fed in the computer and be like, who's your favorite movie star? Tell us a bit about your favorite, incident with one of your parents. What's the most important historical event or something as far as you're concerned. And what we try to establish would be what this person's superego was. I mean, who were the four people from different parts of their experience, historical, entertainment, family, career field, that they, most admired, and that would constitute their superego. And then the idea would be that what this monument would do, we'd feed that information in along with images. We'd have a huge image bank. So if someone said Albert Einstein was the scientist they most admired, we'd have an image of Albert Einstein. If someone said, that George Armstrong Custer was the historical figure they most remembered from their community, there would be this image of Custer. Or if Gary Cooper was, the movie star that they most identified with, if that was their favorite movie was High Noon, then there would be this image of Cooper. And then the computer would make a composite face out of randomly picking different people's superegos, and they would project, and each superego would last 15 minutes. So you'd put it on there, that's your 15 minutes of fame. That instead of having just one size fits all, Abe Lincoln, George Washington, you'd have every 15 minutes a new set of heads, except they'd be a composite image, one face, and that would continually change. And so the idea was for the built part of the monument, that's what would happen is, and we proposed this idea to the Polk County commissioners, and we said, do you think people would come to see this? They said, yes, this is a great idea. People would, if we could build that, people would come to see it, just like they did when they cut those heads in the granite cliffs of South Dakota. Yeah, I mean, now they get like 2 or 3 million visitors. It's not like 40 million or something like Florida. But they get, that's pretty far out of the way, so, to get a couple million visitors. So they really liked the idea, and they, said, yeah, follow up on that, which we didn't do. But we did follow up on the, so this is a concept, it's an idea. Then we did follow up more on the Teoria part, and we did follow up more on the idea of using the internet as a living monument. We did follow up on that, and that still informs our ideas today. So, well, that's good. So you got me started there.
That's a great start.